Congratulations, you finally did it. You've pulled late nights and long hours finding that perfect product, idea, service, company, or persona that you want to share with millions of people around the world. The only thing left to do is bridge the gap between your idea and your target audience. You need an online presence that will shift the attention of potential users away from your competition and toward you. You realize that you need a website. But where do you even begin? Deciding how to approach your website is a big decision, but it doesn't have to be a stressful one. Whether you are building your website by yourself, communicating with a freelancer, or consulting with an entire team of developers, you're going to save yourself a lot of time if you can prepare the answer to this question. Which framework is appropriate for your website? Selecting the proper web framework can save projects weeks and even months of time and development effort. If you look to the web's largest influencers, such as Facebook, YouTube, Amazon, and more, you'll see that there's not necessarily one framework that rises above the rest. Several different frameworks can achieve the same outcome, so it can be difficult to narrow down your choices and pick what's best for your situation. In this video, we're going to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of 4 of the most popular web frameworks for web influencers. By the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of the technology that can be used to decrease the time it takes to develop and launch your website. Let's begin with one of the most popular content management systems, WordPress. WordPress is the way to go if you're looking for an informational website, such as a blog, personal portfolio, or a small e-commerce website. WordPress, in conjunction with front-end builders and themes, can create elegant and beautiful solutions to your website needs, all while keeping the cost of development very low. Managing the content on e-commerce sites or blogs is made easy with a WordPress admin, and making edits or slight tweaks doesn't require a whole team of developers to assist you. However, WordPress has its boundaries. You may be thrilled with your WordPress site for months, and once it starts bringing in revenue and gathering a stable audience, you may want to scale your website to something much more complex. But this isn't easy in WordPress. The more complex you get, the more help you'll need from plugins and custom-coded PHP, which can lead to slower site speeds, decreased development efficiency, plugin conflicts, and even your site crashing entirely. As mentioned before, if you're just getting started and you have minimal requirements for your website, WordPress is definitely a strong framework to pick. Just make sure you're aware of its limitations before you begin. So let's jump to the opposite end of the spectrum, to a framework called Django. Django is a Python-based framework that has the potential to create complex web applications, such as large-scale membership platforms and admin dashboards, much like the big social media websites we know today. If you're looking for scalability in your website, Django is the place for you, because your complex ideas aren't restricted. Django's Python roots allow for fast development in complicated areas, including artificial intelligence. If you're looking to make a site that you have to log on to, looking for complex algorithms and analytics, or looking for a very secure user experience, Django is the framework to pick. Unfortunately, Django's biggest strength can sometimes be its weakness. The complexity of some core site functions often means taking the time to research and perfect elegant and efficient solutions. Therefore, this is a more expensive framework, as these are the kind of websites that take the most time to complete. After all, Django websites can sometimes contain hundreds of different pages. However, compared to other complex backend frameworks, Django will truly give you the greatest return on your investment, and its already built-in functionality can create membership portals and dynamic content in mere hours. Let's shift our focus toward React. React is great for projects that need significantly more customization than a WordPress project, but less than a complex Django project. Some examples of this could be a message board, forum, or e-commerce site. Due to its component-based architecture, React saves a significant amount of development time by eliminating copy-paste code, by making project setup incredibly simple, and by utilizing thousands of libraries targeted for rapid development. React is arguably the most popular front-end framework of today, and it's worth considering because developers are quickly picking this up as a language and advertising their skills in the web development market. As mentioned, React is great for medium-sized projects, but although React has a massive new following, it also means that its ecosystem is just starting out, which is good because it has a lot of room to grow, but that also might mean that it lacks some of the support that more mature frameworks have. That being said, it's hard to argue against the framework that Netflix, Instagram, and PayPal are all using. So what if you want a web influence targeted specifically for mobile devices? All of the frameworks described previously do an excellent job at compressing down into a mobile browser, but you might want more than that. Let's talk about React Native. React Native uses the same component-based architecture as React, except it explicitly runs for mobile devices. Typically in application development, you build an application specific to either Apple devices or Android devices. React Native's biggest advantage is that a single codebase, if built carefully, can convert to both Android and iOS code, meaning that you don't have to go hire a team of Android developers and a team of iOS developers. The price of application development is essentially cut in half and you still hit both markets. The main downside to choosing an application to be your primary online presence is simply the amount of time it takes to make a mobile app. It requires additional online infrastructure, like the servers and databases that will hold the information that users input and request. Another aspect to consider is actually getting your app published to Google Play or App Store. The App Store is known for rejecting many applications, and its strict standards could result in a longer wait time for deployment. That being said, the world is truly turning more and more toward mobile devices, and React Native makes it simple to target this market and use it to your advantage. Now you know about 4 great web frameworks. With this information, you're better prepared to talk to developers and give them your insight and opinion on your project. You're also better prepared to research other frameworks and compare them to the ones we talked about today. Before watching this video, you needed to bridge the gap between your idea and your target audience, and now you have some great options available to you. So go build that bridge, explore your options, and begin the wonderful journey of watching your ideas come to life. Thank you for watching. From all of us here at BrightBridge Web, we can't wait to see your presence grow online.